I did not make my nose myself. I did not make my lips myself. I did not make my head this way myself. I did not, this color of my skin, I didn't do it by myself. So why should I judge somebody on what they have not created themselves? Hello LinPRinPers, welcome back to another episode of Laraddiji's LinPRinP. My name is Laraddiji. I'm a Nigerian-American lifestyle vlogger who loves living a peaceful life, and I love talking about situations we might find ourselves in that need peaceful endings. It's 7 a.m. in LinPRinP world, you guys, because it's the LINP section of this channel, and this is the main section of Laraddiji's LinPRinP. Today's topic is all about contentment in all aspects of life. So I'm going to be talking about contentment in living a peaceful life, in the physical aspect, the spiritual aspect, academical aspect, the social aspect, and financial aspects of living a peaceful life. So first of all, we're going to start with what contentment is. Contentment, I'm looking at my cell phone here. If I'm looking down, that's what I'm looking at. So I've written it down here. Contentment is an emotional state of satisfaction that can be seen as a mental state, maybe drawn from being at ease in one's situation, body, and mind. Contentment could be a state of accepting one's situation, and is actually a milder and more tentative form of happiness. So they're saying contentment can be a mild form of happiness. So when you're contented, you are happy with where you are. You are okay. Like, I'm okay where, with the situation, with the present situation that you are in, you are contented. So we're going to start this episode by talking about physical contentment. How can we be content with our physical self, with our physical being? Every time we look in the mirror, we see ourselves, what we look like. Let's say you hadn't looked at the mirror in a year. I think you would have forgotten what you actually look like. For real, I think you would have forgotten, what you really look like. So when you look at yourself in the mirror, what do you see? You see the color of your skin. You see the body type you have. You see the body shape you have. You see the type of face you have. You see blemishes if you have any. You see the type of shape, the type of facial shape you have. If you have an orange shape or square face, I said orange. Orange is not a shape. If you have a square face, if you have a circular face, if you have a triangular face, if you have an oval face, you'll be able to see that in the mirror. So how are we content with what we see in the mirror? The color of our skin is another thing that we see. How are you content? Are we content with what we are looking at in the mirror? Because this is very important in living a peaceful life, in the sense that on the individual level, you have to be okay with yourself, with the way God has made you, right? Yeah, another thing you see is gender. You see yourself if you are a man or a woman, if you are a boy or a girl, when you look at your whole self in the mirror. Physically, are we content with ourselves on an individual scale? Because that in turn translates to what happens in the community and what happens in the nation at large. If there is a group of people that accept themselves for who they are, then they are more likely to be at peace with other individual communities, and that in turn can make a nation that is content with who they are as a people. The three things I'm going to talk about is what we see in the mirror when we look at ourselves in the mirror. The color of our skin. Are we content with the color of our skin? There are a lot of people that are not content with the color of their skin, and what happens is they go into bleaching their skin. Some people are not happy with their Some people are not happy with the pale color of their skin, so they'll go tanning, and all these things have negative consequences. So why should people do that when the most important thing they could do is be content with the color of their skin? So that's one. Another thing is body type. Body type, when you look at yourself in the mirror, you see a slender girl or slender guy, you see a skinny guy, skinny girl, a fat girl or a fat fat guy, tall guy or short guy, short girl, tall girl, different type of body shape. I'm sure you've seen it on social media. You see the apple shape, the Coke shape, the Coke bottle shape, the square shape, the pear body shape. When you look in the mirror, are you happy with what you are seeing? Because when you are content with what you see, that can exponentially, on an individual level, give you a certain type of confidence. So that's number 2. We've talked about the color of our skin, we've talked about the body type, and then another very important thing is our hair. The negative side of not being content with what you look like is a lot of people go on serial dieting, exercise, they do surgeries, non-invasive or invasive surgeries. These things can have negative impact on your whole self as a human being, mentally, financially, socially, spiritually, mentally, definitely. So I feel like even though we're talking about the physical aspect of being content with ourselves, the effects, positively or negatively, can affect the other domains of peaceful living. If you are not happy with the color of your skin, the body type, it's going to seep into how you think about yourself mentally, and then it's going to seep into your finances, because now you're going to need money to quote unquote fix what you think is wrong with you. And then it's going to seep into your finances, because now you need money to take care of these things, and that in turn seeps into your social aspect of living, because now you might be waiting for people to validate your decisions in what you did. And academically, I don't know how this can affect. Please help me out in the comment section how academically this can affect everything. The third thing that I was going to talk about physically is what we see on our head. There's a lot of meaning to what goes on our head. You have short hair, long hair, artificial hair, you have weave, you have short hair, low cut, bald. All these things have implications in the society. Not implications, all these things, when people look at you, people are making assumptions and judging you, and making decisions based on what they see. Okay, I'm walking around now, I see a bald guy. I'm sure I've been conditioned over the years to think bald is not attractive, and there are some people who will see a bald guy and be like, wow, he's so handsome, right? So physically, when we on the individual level look in the mirror, what are we seeing, and how are we okay and content with what we are looking at in the mirror? So our hair is another thing that we see when we look in the mirror. I hope that you are content with what you see in the mirror. Otherwise, some people that are bald will go for hair treatment, and that costs a lot of money. Even though, hair, I feel like, is a touchy subject. Hair if you have hair, fine, it gives you confidence. But if you lose it, that doesn't mean that your confidence goes with the hair. The confidence should still be there, regardless if it's there or not, right? Regardless of what other people think or say or feel about it. You should still be happy and content with what you have or don't have, so that your mental well-being can be intact. I hope that makes sense. Now I'm going to go into the spiritual aspect of contentment under the umbrella of living a peaceful life. So what I have here is when you are spiritually contented, when you are physically contented, it's like a cycle. When you are physically contented with what you see in the mirror, because God made you the way that you are, then spiritually you are at ease, you are comfortable, you are happy with yourself. Now on the flip side of that is greed, covetousness. So basically, I'm not happy with the way my hair looks. So now you might be greedy about, how do I put this? When you're not happy or content with, let's say, your physical aspects, the color of your skin, your body type, the hair that you have on your head. When you are not happy with these things, when you look in the mirror, you might be feeling there's something I need to change, putting a lot of decision on your own self. because of technological advancements, because they are there, now you want to use them to make yourself better or make yourself look like what you are thinking in your mind based on what you've seen over the course of your entire life. So spiritually, as a Christian, the Bible talks about greed and covetousness. When you're not happy or content with what you have, you tend to be greedy or covet what is not yours, right? 1 Timothy chapter 6:6-12 says, but godliness with contentment is great gain, for we brought nothing into this world and we can take nothing out of it. But if we have food and clothing, we will be content with that. So basically what I understand this to be is, if you see someone that's skinny, I don't say, oh my gosh, she's so skinny. I tell myself, well, God made her that way, so who am I to say what is cute or not cute? If you see a guy that's very short and maybe not too very good looking, what comes to my mind is, God made him that way, so who am I to judge, or who am I to say this person is not looking good? Who am I to say that? And I hope that people think that about myself. I did not make my nose myself. I did not make my lips myself. I did not make my head this way myself. I did not, this color of my skin, I didn't do it by myself. So why should I judge somebody on what they have not created themselves? I hope this makes sense, because all this translates into your spiritual well-being. God made us the way that we are. Right? There's a reason why it is that way. God made us the way we are because there are other things that are connected to how we are made. So if God made me with this color of skin, and it has been written, because he knows the beginning from the end, and it has been written that somebody is going to bless me at a certain time of my life, and that person has been told that this is the color of my skin, and actually they have a swatch of my skin color. Imagine. So that person is going around looking for the person that has this swatch of my skin and has my name, Lara, right? So if that person finds me, he is not, if I have bleached my skin to a lighter color than this, and he has the original swatch that God has given him because he said, I made her, this is what she looks like, that person might be talking to me and will not realize that it's me. And now my blessing is on hold somewhere. I can't get to my blessing because of my decisions in trying to make myself look like what God has not made me. So spiritually, it is very important that we are not gauging ourselves or rating ourselves by what other people are saying is pretty or handsome or cute or beautiful. God made us the way we are, and he said we are beautiful in the beginning, right? He said everything he made is beautiful. Everything he made is not by mistake. It's not by accident. There's a reason why you are the way you are. Simple as that. So I'm going to stop on that. If you are inspired to tell me more about contentment in the spiritual aspect of living a peaceful life, please, you are awesomely welcome to leave me a comment in the comment section. All right, so the next section is psychologically. I always say that these things are a circle, right? It's a cycle. Your physical translates into your spiritual. Your spiritual translates into your physical. And also same it is with your psychological well-being. Your psychological well-being or psychological contentment translates into your physical and into your spiritual. Self-acceptance, a sense of oneness. So when you are mentally sound and mentally stable, you can groom yourself into self-acceptance. I remember growing up, for some reason I didn't like my nails. I don't know, that's my physical self. And every time I look at my nails, I'm looking at it because it's it opens up, it's wider, it's narrower at the base of it, and then it opens up and fans out. And if you've watched Disney and if you've watched movies, and if you're on social media with artificial nails where everything is straight out, nicely manicured, beautiful, I would look at my nails. I'm like, why are my nails not like that? I want my nails to be just straight and pointy and nice. And I would look at other girls. I remember when I was in school, I would look at other girls. I look at other ladies and their nails are long and manicured and looking nice and perfect, quote unquote. And I'll be looking at my nails and I'll be like, oh, I don't like my nails. Why can't they be like that? Why can't they be like? And then one of my aunties made a comment. I remember when we were getting married, and I still remember it because psychologically we keep a lot of good things in our minds, and also we keep a lot of negative things in our minds. So I remember one of my aunties said, wow, look at your nails. They are so beautiful, because I was cutting it and she saw me cutting it, like, wow, look at the shape of your nails. And she said, oh, I wish my nails were like your nails. And I was looking like, the nails that me, I don't like, someone would like their nails to be like my nails. And actually me, I like her nails. I'm like, oh, her nails are beautiful, but I never said it. But I was looking at it like, wow, her nails. And I was like, wait, that doesn't make any sense. I want my nails to be like her nails, and she's telling me my nails look so beautiful. And I'm like, this world is not balanced. This life is not balanced. We are not content with what we have. Ever since that day, I look at my nails differently, like, wow, my nails are every time I look at my nails now, I remember that thought that, wow, someone would like to have my nails. And ever since, I've always loved my nails now. I look at my nails like, wow, my nails are nice. So psychologically, now in the age of social media, where it's very easy to write a comment and you go about your day and you don't even know that comment can offend that person, and then the person starts processing it. Even if you've gotten 99% positive comments, just that one that was slightly negative can totally ruin that person's day. So psychologically, we need to be content with who we are. We need to be content with ourselves as a whole in general, because otherwise it can seep into our physical, it can seep into our spiritual life, it can seep into our academics, socially, and financially. And you won't even know it. You just be behaving somehow and you not even realize that it's from a deep mental lack of contentment. So that's it for psychologically or mentally. Thank you so much for watching this episode, you guys. You guys are awesome. If you are still watching till this part of the video, you are awesome. I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you've learned a thing or two today. Ask questions if you have any, and don't hesitate to leave a comment or two in the comment section. I would love to read more from you. You can follow me on Instagram at LinPRinP and on Facebook at Laradiji's LinPRinP. Let's continue to love our neighbors as ourselves, and remember to rest in peace. We all need to be living in peace. Stay blessed. Bye. You see me in my next one. You see me in my next one. See me in my next one. You see me in my next one. Stay blessed. Bye.